we can record. We're now recording. One moment. Recording. We're not live. We're not live yet. We're recording. Oh, you were born ready. Oh, okay. Sometimes.
This is it. This one. This is dead for the night. I'm dead and
Oh, I'm.
come to my rescue session with my assets.
Well, no, we're not live, but we're recording. Evidently, there's a feature we're using that when your current go live's not working, you can still record and evidently post later. So we're utilizing this option and this idea of now, what you think of as now, although it will be heard in the future, it will be remembered as a reflection of the past. One moment, did that make some sense? All right. All right, Martha, did you have a question?
Well, I think we wanted to talk about the veil of religion.
The veil of religion. All right.
Like, for example, what is the veil?
What is the veil? Well, may we ask a question?
Yes.
When you hear the term veil, what do you think of? What comes to mind?
Like a wedding veil.
Very good.
A sheer curtain.
All right. May we use the idea of a wedding veil?
Okay.
All right. You see, for quite some time on your planet, there have been veils laid around the planet. These veils are lifting. Did that make some sense? An enormous wedding veil, see-through permeable cloth, which disguises some of the light, is being removed. Did that make some sense in your language?
Oh, yes.
All right, so the way this ties into the veil of religion, do we call this?
Yes.
There are many veils. We're not picking on any one or anything in particular. We're simply, shall we say, expressing a perspective from with roughly a Pleiadian dimension one moment, roughly an 8th to 10th dimension or more one moment, and simply saying, when it comes to the idea of what you call religion, be allegiant, pledge allegiance, one moment. We'll try this one more time, just for emphasis. Make sure we follow it ourselves gently. It's called religion. Legion. Religion. Be of allegiance to something which is a veil. Does this make some sense in your language? Religion. To religion is similar to legion. Does this make some sense in your language? All right. So the idea was, in a manner of speaking, to place a veil around your planet to, shall we say, strongly encourage you to pledge allegiance, religion, re-allegiance to an energy that, let's just say,
that's not in our highest good.
thank you. We are not speaking of churches in general. We're speaking of the veil of the concept which produced the churches. Does this make some sense in your language?
Yes.
And we would now like to release Gaia, Terra, people on Earth, souls. Gaia, Earth, souls. Veil is lifting. Veil is lifted. We are asking.
New Age.
We're asking for more light in this area. New Age, New Age. Did you have a question? One
I
moment.
just thought that was part of the veil.
Oh, well, all right. We were speaking of the idea of, well, we were referencing the idea of the channel's concept of religion being an older, outdated way of reaching true enlightenment. Did this make some sense in your language? All right, so we are not promoting nor necessarily demoting any perspective. We would just like to share that within the idea of perspectives and potentialities, many veils which no longer serve you just will cease to exist on your version of Earth. Did that make some sense in your language?
Yes.
One moment. And this will be experienced by everyone in a wide variety of ways and different ways, and in the ways you've set it up for yourself and laid out the clues. You will lay out very soon clues of the idea of mainstream news, mainstream revelations. One moment. To, shall we say, enhance the memory of truth, of light within the self, to more and more, and more and more, very quickly, very quickly. Does this help in some way? One moment.
Yes.
All right.
How do we let go of the belief in these things?
Remember, they were not your creations. They were installed. They were installed like a program is installed on your computer, utilizing the veil to disguise its light and wiggle its way in. Did this make some sense in your language? All right, and we think we spoke recently of being 35th dimensional hackers, if you will. The CIA of the 35th dimension, and shall we say somebody paged us. We were busy having lunch. We went for a cup of coffee, and someone paged us and said there was a vibration on Earth which needs to be taken care of. I said, I know a guy who knows a guy who knows how to get there in a hurry. And so, from roughly the idea of 35D, I got on my spaceship and you know, you do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. So you do what you gotta do, and you just know it'll all work out eventually if you follow the joy and the love and the passion and the dream within the dream. It will become self-evident. There's simply no other way. Does this make some sense in your language?
More than enough.
All right. Did you have another question?
No.
We thank you, Marla. We thank you. We're going to have to downshift gently. Relax. Thank you, Marla. One moment. You're getting thanks from a wide variety of dimensions beyond the idea of God on Earth. One moment. Relax.